Hey guys, Cajun Reseller here, back at you with another What Sold video. This is for week 29 of 2021. Reminder, I was on vacation last week, so this is going to be a short video, probably. This is going to be basically a one take. I'm going to show all the eBay sales. I have 16 eBay sales going out, and a couple Mercari sales as well. First up is this little Minnie Mouse Haunted Mansion plush. This sold for $20, paid 25 cents for this, I believe. Like I said, Minnie Mouse, typically, I would say don't pick it up, but if it's a one like this where it's a certain theme, you can tell that this one's not just a generic Minnie Mouse plush. Those are probably going to be worth it. This Sean Kemp card sold for $4 or $5. Not really sure what made this one all of a sudden sell. Basketball is pretty much over, but it's not like Sean Kemp's playing anymore, so it's just someone who decided they wanted the card. This little guy, Zinger, is a little teeny TYs. This guy sold for $13. I think I paid $2 or $3 for him at Walgreens. This little toast, it's a squeezable. It's scented. It does actually have a little scent to it. It doesn't really smell like toast or anything. It just has a little berry kind of smell. He sold for 12 bucks. I think I paid $1 for him at Daily Deals, which is a place in Baton Rouge where it's basically a bunch of Target returns, and they basically get pallets and then sell them. This little guy, Jabba the Hutt, is from that Lego lot that I've been listing recently. This is basically, it's not a minifigure because it's not, a minifigure, but I think it is a minifigure. It's small. It's a little Jabba the Hutt. He sold for $21. Blind packs are always fun to pick up. These are PJ Masks. They sold for $22. I think I paid 75 cents. There's 10 of them, so about $8 into it. They will easily ship first class. Usually for these, I just wrap them in bubble wrap once or twice to make sure they're somewhat safe. Another blind pack. These are a little Creo Transformer. I think I got these at Walgreens for 50 cents to $1, somewhere in that range each. They sold for they sold for 15. I'm trying to remember all these numbers as I go. This little Beanie Boo I got from Dirt Cheap for $1 or $2, sold for 14. It is Raven. This was a Halloween exclusive. I think it was a Claire's one. That's where most of the ones I got. It's basically a Claire's clean out that went to Dirt Cheap, and I bought a lot of Beanie Boos there. Some were Halloween, some were Christmas, some were Easter. It was basically all the ones they had that had never sold. This little guy, Tori, I think it's this one's name, Tauri, sold for $17. Paid $6 for this at CVS, and like I've said in the past, selling these on Amazon for like anywhere between 25 and 30, and then Amazon basically said you're not allowed to sell these anymore. So something to do with their toy restriction, toy compliance. I'm not exactly sure of all the details that go with it, but bottom line, I have to sell them on eBay or Mercari now. I've had this shirt for a while. I think I paid up for this one in terms of me paying clothing. Both of these actually I paid up for. I probably paid only $3, so that's not really paying up. But whenever I'm used to paying $1, it's paying up a little. This is a Skip Bertman LSU jersey. He is, I think he's the winningest coach in LSU history. He is what made LSU baseball really good. If you ever watch baseball and you don't hear about LSU, you're not watching baseball, because LSU is one of the best college baseball teams. They haven't won in a long time, but they won a lot in the 1990s and early 2000s. This is a Phillip Rivers jersey. I only paid $3 for this, which is really good for a jersey, and it sold for $64. I think I had it listed for like $70, and someone sent me an offer of $64, and I accepted that offer. Of course, I'm going to accept that offer. $64. It's been sitting for a little while. It does have some minor issues with it, but those are noted in the listing. This lot of comic books actually came out of the storage unit that I bought. One of the first ones I ever bought that I've talked about a lot because it basically produced a ton of money. It's definitely the best one I've had. I've made my money back on most of them, but this one's the one where I actually made a lot of money on it. This is Nightman issues number 1 through 21. It's the complete run. So I got lucky that I had the complete run. The comic books I got in that storage unit were actually pretty well organized, which is surprising because usually they're not. These Merrills, paid $2 for these at a thrift store. They sold for $35. They were Astral Thong, I think was the name of this. It actually says it on there, so it was actually kind of easy to look these up. There it is, Astral Thong Milky Blue Merrill. So those are actually pretty easy to look up. This little Dave Acula, it's Funko Pop, sold for $13 on eBay. Paid $1 for this because Walgreens had their Halloween stuff clearance down. This was 99 cents or $1.09. Cellucor C4 Sport, sold for 15 bucks, I believe. Blue raspberry flavor. Basically, it was coming up on the expiration date, so I basically just accepted the offer they sent. Still good money, though. I still made a little bit of money on that. This little Chomp and Chase Mr. Drippy. Got it at the thrift store for 3 or 4 bucks. Used to say it on, they actually wrote it on here, but I used Gugon. Got it off really easily, and it sold for $40. Best sale is this PictureMate. If you remember, if you've been on my channel for a while, I had a kind of a flood. The washing machine decided to spring a leak, and there was no stopping. The water had to go somewhere, and it was going out of the bottom of it. I turned off the water line. Didn't do any good. Water kept flowing out. So this little Epson, I used to have the box for this. It is a new in the packaging, never been used, PM260. This thing sold for $129.99. So that's a very good sale. I'll go ahead and do the Mercari sales as well. We'll do a full one take for this. This little guy, this Angel Cat, sold for $28. Whenever I picked this up, I wasn't sure if it was going to sell or not. Like, there was one listed. Well, obviously, I undercut that price, but it's not in the greatest condition. But 28 bucks is really good. I think I got this in the one of the plush bags for like 16 bucks that I paid for. Second to last sale for this week, Specs the Frog on Mercari. This guy sold for $18. Paid 6 bucks at CVS, same as that Tory one. Last sale is this big old Cookie Monster plush. This guy's like 22 inches or something. Now he's gonna ship easily because he's just gonna fold up. He's very flimsy. He's like the Puffalump material, kind of. I got this at a garage sale where I got all those Eeyores. So I got a ton of Eeyores at a garage sale, and I got this guy as well. He's vintage 1995 plush. Unfortunately, they didn't have the other one. Like, it was Cookie Monster and somebody else that I saw in a listing where they actually had both of them listed, and they were selling for like 80 or 90. He sold for $41 on Mercari. Had him listed for 50 bucks or so, and someone sent me an offer, and I accepted it. So good money there as well. That's it for this week, guys. Thanks for tuning in and watching. Don't forget,